Hi everyone, how are you? I hope you enjoyed your January, and now I am back with Anvita to do a February Astro Tarot forecast. Anvita, how have you been? How was your January?
We were talking before. It was exciting. I guess the energy has shifted. It's a different energy. There's a lot of movement. And wow, it's like every day is exciting for me. Like every day, it's like I can see a lot of possibilities. I'm not feeling stuck anymore. And yeah, that was my personal experience. But wow, globally as well. This year is just as the astrologers have been predicting. It arrived with a big bang of events, one after the another. I don't know if you're following news. I try not to, but every day it comes with a surprise. So January did set the stage for seriously intense planetary configuration and energy. So I would say there is like chaos and blessing at the same time. There is pressure of moving, but there are a lot of possibilities as well, which I can see. There is breakdown and breakthroughs with the protests and everything. Like, to give you an example, like there are protests happening, and then there are anti-protests who are discerning and saying that no, we don't want this or we don't want that, which is also Neptune in Aries. Like in our previous episodes, we talked about Neptune in Aries is the time when we fight for what we believe is the truth. So we fight for our truth. And that is very much Neptune in Aries. So I will say that people were feeling like they don't want to stay silent, don't want to stay home or play small. They want to stand up for what they believe in. It's a warrior energy. And now Saturn is also entering Aries this week. So, yeah, we'll talk about it and conjunct, which is interesting because astrologers have been waiting for that energy, waiting for it. We'll talk about it. So, February is not if I have to talk about February, it's not going to calm down the things. It's going to turn up the volume. But before that, moving forward, I would like to ask you, how was your January? How did you
Yeah, my
feel?
January was good. It was really good. I know in my life there's there are changes coming.
Hmm.
So I've been making the most of the time with my children, having parties, get-togethers, having fun. I'm really making time to have fun. So
So important, yeah.
yeah, every time I don't have a client, it's fun time. Like yesterday, I knew I didn't have any clients because now I'm organizing a way that any bookings have to give me 24 hours notice. So if there are no bookings coming in, means that I can organize something. So yesterday after school, I got my children and we go to movie world. So for an hour and a half. So just really making the most of having fun and creating good memories. And since I started thinking like that, my energy has absolutely shifted, and the universe is responding. The quantum field is responding really, really well. And yeah, I love it.
Yay.
I really love it. I really love it. Things are
Yeah, I'm so
falling into
excited for you.
place, and yeah, I've just been asking and I'm receiving, and it's wonderful. There are still distortions coming in, which now I am consciously sitting back and observing, okay, why is this happening? Why is this? How is this going to help me grow and move forward? So
Beautiful.
we did have some interesting news with regard to a family member, and I'm sitting back saying, okay, why is this happening? What do I need to learn from this experience? And
Mm.
then I just see what comes in intuition level, what my soul is saying to me, and I'm like, okay, cool. So that means I don't have any response. I don't really actually have to do anything about it because it's not my story. It's theirs. It's But even though there is always something for you to learn, to develop. And so no, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, and I'm looking forward to February. So I'm looking forward to this whole year, to be honest.
That is so beautiful. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the whole year because, and what you're saying, it's so interesting and so important because I feel last 2 years we all have been saying, "Oh, I'm feeling stuck, like nothing is moving," but there's a lot of inner shift which was happening, and now when the things are actually moving, we are different people. We are reacting, and our responses to those situations are different. We know what kind of choices we want to make, and our values have we have become more grounded in our values. So there was a shift, the inner shift. Now with the movement, now we it's our choice, like we want to act or respond with the fear and with the negative energy, or we want to show up in a more positive way and want to embrace the change and let it unfold with a sense of surrender, and also finding what is the reason why this is happening and what can we do about it. So I guess that has been like 2 years with this stuck energy, which was not stuck, which was the inner shift, and now the outer shift. We have become more grounded in ourselves, and that is very important as well. But anyways, coming back to February, I would say that if January felt like a meteor shower, it was fast, loud. It was definitely for me. February is going to be a full-blown eclipse storm because it is an eclipse season. We start the eclipse season, so it's the first in the four eclipses, which we'll see. And there will be some big cosmic events, fated transitions, and wild card moments, which we'll feel because Uranus, we'll talk about the Uranus as well. And that is genuinely going to alter the trajectory of our life because this is not a background noise astrology, which was happening before. This is foreground. This is headline making energy. 2026, we are all going to remember this year.
Vita,
Uh,
I was shuffling, and this one came out saying to you, yes, what you're saying is correct.
yeah. So I feel that there will be. This is February. Things will be incredibly fast, more and more collectively on a personal level. There'll be decisions, shifts, realization, all will be happening for us. And well, this is important. This is important for us as well. This energy is very, very important for us. So yeah, what what are you what are you seeing there? Are you doing more cards?
If you want, yes, but I thought maybe do you have anything else to say about the eclipse or week
No,
one?
I guess I was thinking that maybe we'll start uh with the new moon, which is on the first,
Okay,
because
go for it.
um as I said, that February there are a lot of very important alignments, astrological alignments happening because we are entering into transformative period, and this is very rare, and sometimes it will be shocking as well. So it is, I would say, February is a threshold moment. A new collective cycle is going to begin. So let's start. I will start with the new moon, full moon, which is happening in on first. So we'll go week by week, but I also want to highlight this that some weeks there are more alignments than the others. So maybe just stop me if you want to do a card for that particular alignment and not want to go week by week. But the first week, I would say, this month starts with the full moon. And this lunation, because last month we talked about it's a Capricorn heavy energy, but this lunation is very, very Aquarian heavy. So this lunation is happening in Leo, which is opposite to the Aquarius. So all these planets are in Aquarius, and opposite to that, that is a moon, a full moon. So it's a very Aquarius energy. And this shift into Aquarius will be like a breath of fresh air. Suddenly, Aquarius is humanitarian, it's technology, it's innovation, it's collective, breakthrough. We were talking about Aquarius. Remember when we say that this is the rebellious energy? It's like, I don't want the rules. It enters in a room. Who is the boss? I don't want to follow the boss. I want to do my own ways. Why don't we decentralize everything? So that's the Aquarius energy. So all the planets will move, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Pluto, and then we'll move into are in Aquarius, and the opposite of it is our full moon. So as I said, that Aquarian is saying, look at what I do. Like, it's saying, what I don't want the rules, they're outdated. What if we build something new for the collective, right? It disrupts, innovates, and decentralizes. And now, opposite to that is Leo. And Leo is very proud. It is this employee which wants all the attention on himself, right? It wants to step in the out spotlight, microphone in his hand. He said, look at what I can do. Watch me. I am bringing heart, creativity, passion, and yes, I want to be seen. So this moon energy is saying, I want to be seen, because Leo is proud, expressive, and heart-led energy. It wants authenticity, joy, romance, and creative fires. So here's the dynamic. All the planets are packed with Aquarius, buzzing with group projects, collective ideas, network, future-focused thinking, and Moon wants to take the center stage. So what's happening? It's the push and pull between the individual and the collective. You may feel the pull in your personal life, what the groups want, and how can I support the collective by the way I express myself authentically. Yes, you can feel a bit of frustrated when your uniqueness will not be acknowledged, or you will be deeply inspired if your voice find the right audience. But this isn't just about shining for the sake of it. It's about using our personal brilliance in serving something larger. So the full moon on the first bring awareness to that, to the needs you may have been sidelining for the collective. There can be a sudden or urgent desire to express yourself authentically. Something get illuminated, or you might feel that, well, I'm doing all this work, but no one is noticing me, right? Something come into that focus. So you are being, because it's a full moon, you have to release that, right? You have to release the fear of not shining. You are asked to connect or reconnect with part of yourself you have been neglecting or postponing due to the collective, because the full moon is saying it's essential when we nurture and express our unique essence. It's not has to be for personal fulfillment, but because authentic self expression, whatever it may be, it fuels the collective evolution, right? A lot of times when we are working for the collective, we go in the background and we don't express it in our unique way. But actually, it is very important for the collective. So whatever you are feeling, it will say express whatever you are feeling. You don't have to, leave anything about you because you want to work for the collective. And it's really interesting because sometimes when I am doing this community work, I feel that, oh, I cannot, like, this January was my birth month, and there was forest fire happening, and I was feeling so guilty about celebrating my birthday. I'm like, I don't want to feel express. I don't want to celebrate my birthday because there's forest fire happening, and I feel that I'm being selfish in that moment. But then I had this realization. I'm like, both the things can exist together, right? At this moment, I really want to celebrate my birthday, what I've come through. I don't have to neglect or ignore or deny that, but I can also celebrate myself. So I guess that will come up in the new moon more and more. And if you have a planet or point between 26 degree Leo and 0 degree of Virgo, you are likely to feel this lunation very, very, very personally. So I would ask you to take a moment in this full moon and reflect where I am still seeking approval instead of self approval, or in what area of my life I'm performing rather than expressing my truth, and what parts of me really want to be seen, heard, or celebrated, but I keep holding back. So ask yourself, where do you belong in the collective? How can your unique gifts and what makes you shine be used to create the positive change for something larger than yourself? So that is the energy. It can be very fun energy. It's all fire and air of this full moon. Um, do you want me to go move forward, or you want me to keep going, because there's on February 3rd.
Is there more happening week one?
Yes, there's a lot happening in week one, really.
Okay, okay. Let's have a look at what message we are getting with regard to this full moon.
Yeah, I guess
If
that would be better.
that's, yeah, I wonder what's happening. What insight are you giving us? Let's have a look. Capricorn energy in the past.
Hmm.
Wow, so many major arcanas. Really, here we're being said that definitely we'll have to be dealing with fears and whatever is holding us back. But the Emperor is a very strong male energy, so you really need to have the commitment to wanting to do something about it, and you're going to be called to do it. So really observe what is holding you back. And
Hmm.
even if we are talking about all the not so nice things that are happening around us, for example, what you guys are looking in the media, it's time for you to make a stand against it if that is bringing you fear or is blocking you from what you are meant to be doing or want to do. Because remember, if the things that we want to do are coming from our heart and not our ego, you are really meant to be doing them. They don't come to you. Your desire don't come to you from nowhere. Okay.
Yeah,
So it's really a wake up call to embrace our male energy and stand up for what we believe in. Wow, so many major arcanas. At the same time, please know that whatever energy you're feeling during the full moon, there is more that needs to come to the surface. And at the same time, if you feel that the energy is heavy, make sure that you do take time to rest. Okay. Again, we always, Amita and I always say that whenever you are feeling something strong and you want to do something about it straight away, sometimes is the right time is actually do nothing. Reflect, take the time to ponder if whatever decision you are making is right or wrong. Because when we are doing things, when there is that really big fire in us, sometimes it's not the best thing that we can do, especially if this guy is in the midst of it. But again, it's a new beginning.
yeah,
It's
definitely.
absolutely this full moon somehow it's letting go of the past and bringing you in. The new beginning though will become in nice and slow. So don't expect changes just happening overnight.
Yeah, that's so true.
Justice. Wow, I love it. Justice is coming in with this full. Is that correct? Do you feel that, Anvira, that we're gonna be seeing more justice coming in? It is still a
Definitely
work in
this year is,
progress. It's still a work in progress, but we might be feeling more justice coming in from this year onwards.
That is the Aquarius and the Leo new moon as well, because Leo is all about the heart-led actions, right? And this is the time, 2000 is the time for every single person of us, because we have been working on ourselves, what we actually believe in, and we will stand up for that. And justice is big on everyone's cards, really. That's important. I mean, how it, depending on your experience, you will see justice wherever you want to put your energies to. But we will see all of that coming up this year. Yeah, definitely.
Love it.
So, on moving on, definitely what you said, it's Leo is a fire energy. So, fire is big, like we all will be feeling this inner fire to do something and want to show up and express ourselves with all our heart. Moving on, we have on February 3rd, we have Uranus, which is the ruler of Aquarius, which will be stationing direct after being retrograde since September. So at 27 degree of Taurus, it will turn direct and it will never, never come back in Taurus, right? So Uranus have been walking back, and this is going to be a final chapter of Uranus' long journey through Taurus, which started. So Uranus entered in Taurus in 2018. So now in 2026, it will be finally leaving, and it's the final chapter of Uranus' long journey. Because wherever Taurus in your chart, that is about what we rely on. So Taurus is the energy, what we rely on to feel safe. Our values, money, possession, the body, stability itself. And Uranus has been disrupting it and liberating those areas since 2018. So you might want to look back at your chart and see where your Taurus is. So this is the finding reckoning movement before we move into another terrain of Uranus, which is Gemini. So over the past few months, you might be feeling that change is slow, or it might be frustrating, or if something was shifting under the surface in the area where your Taurus is, but it was refusing to fully move. Now, as Uranus gains speed in Taurus, and it's the final Taurus, final movement in Taurus, it will never come back until 2102, which is absolutely once a lifetime transition. We will feel that growing sense of urgency here. Uranus is preparing to exit Taurus, so we are feeling this urgency to close the cycle, break old timelines, and release attachment to security structures that no longer reflect who we have become. So wherever your Taurus is, you would feel this urge to close the unfinished businesses in that area, whatever it is for you. So until May, starting from February until May, you might expect sudden insights, unexpected twist. You might have the courage, you might feel the courage to leap forward because things are shifting quickly, but it will not be comfortable because you were feeling it inside you that we want to change something, but you didn't have the courage. You were feeling stuck. But now, with intention, if you do, you can do it consciously and you can do it unconsciously. The universe will make you do it unconsciously if you don't do it with intention, but things will be really fast in that area where your Taurus is. I just want to say that always remember with Uranus, we are not victims of change, right? The changes are not thrusting upon us. We can do it consciously. As Uranus gains speed, it will reawake our rebellious streak. Part of us that want to take risks, want to do things differently. But we can do it with a lot of consciousness, trusting our instincts, breaking free of the patterns that feel outdated or suffocating. So instead of reacting to change, which Uranus will bring, how about we initiate it? So this is an invitation to actively realign our life with our true values, not the ones which are inherited or conditioned onto us or we settled into because we want to please everyone, but the ones that quietly emerged since 2018. Uranus moved into our Taurus. So we have been different in that area of your life. So what is it asking you to change? So I would say from now to May, you will feel restless if you'll not make those changes. You might feel restless, impatient if you're not doing it properly with consciousness, or impulsive, like, I want to break free of everything, bold move. So Uranus is not whispering anymore because it is back online and is asking one very direct question: what are you still holding on to that has already expired? So from now to May, the Uranus will be very, very loud for you. So that's what is happening in the first week, but it is like an ongoing transit until May. Uranus will be in Taurus until it finally moves to uh, June, to Gemini, where new areas will. But it's like once in a lifetime opportunity. Like it's not going to come back in that area, Uranus, in our lifetime. So yeah, that's the really the first week for us. So I don't know if you want to do Taurus this Uranus
Yeah, I'm just
transit, but because it is until May, but yeah,
Yeah,
then
no,
we'll
I'm
meet.
going to ask what general advice we are getting for week one in February and
Mm-hmm,
see what comes in
mm-hmm,
on how to
mm-hmm,
navigate those energy for us, to make them working for us, not against us,
mm,
for us. Guys, we're definitely being asked in two different ways to let go, to surrender. Whatever is not serving you, it's time to let it go. Making choices from the heart. It's a week. Yeah, we really need, because of the two. We got two tools. First of all, it's really a week where you need to focus on you
mm,
and your health and let go of whatever is not helping you achieving your happiness, health, and whatever the things you love doing in life. Easy, simple. Yeah, knowing that and yeah, once you've done that, yes, there will be still, I feel like once you do that, then you will start seeing things from a different perspective, and also your intuition is gonna start coming up a bit more into your life and understanding what is good for you, what is not good for you, and so on, knowing that this is the first step to a journey that is going to come in nice and slow. We're definitely, yeah, I feel like some people are going to somewhat lose it on week one, even verbally, like being abusive or not be able to think clearly, because the King of Soul is coming in reverse. So, but we are being told, we're being not told, we're being asked and prompted to become the King of Cups. The King of Cups is the master of its emotions.
mm,
So, um, yeah, I feel like it's going to be a very intense week, and we are being advised to surrender, let go of whatever you don't need to do, you know? You-
mm.
Um, so, yeah, lots of good advice here, lots of good advice.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess letting go of the old way of responding is very important. And you're so right. When you're feeling restless and you want to make the changes, that's what I'm saying. The unconscious and conscious self like unconscious self can really project your restlessness on others because you're not conscious why you're feeling the way you're feeling. And it's very easy to point fingers on others, maybe those, because those are the people that are making us feel this way. And you can lash it out or you can snap because you don't have energy for it. There is a lot you are feeling, but you don't want to actually see the restlessness which you are having. Because yes, letting go is not easy because that's not taught in schools. I think it has should be taught in schools, but it's not easy to lose the control and surrender. And but that is very very important for us to be happy. Um, Going forward, second week. Well, second week, that's formally Pisces season begins. Piscean, that is going to add some magic to our days and routines. So, as you were talking from Aquarius, the planets will move into the personal planets will move into Piscean. So, Aquarius, as I always say, is that the rebel, which is wearing this neon sneakers and smashing the outdated system and saying, "Wake up! The old structures are over. Let's create something new." Now, as the planets will go into Piscean, they are the mystic guide. It's like that calm, sensing the current energy, and it's saying, well, let's sit down and breathe and listen. What is all this chaos is telling you, showing you about yourself. So that's a Piscean energy. It's like a surrendering energy we were talking about. So all planets, personal planets, will be moving one by one into Piscean. First, it will be Mercury. So Mercury is later this um, month. Mercury will be retrograding in Piscean too. But on February 5, Mercury enters Piscean. So Mercury, we all know it's the logical, linear thinking planet. It plans, organizes uh, for us. It's the thinking part, the mental part. Now this when it so obviously Mercury is not very happy in Pisces, right? I don't believe in debilitation, but actually people say that Mercury is debilitated in Piscean. But actually it's not. It's the mental disruption of Aquarius is now moving into this emotional intuitive space. So personally, you will feel less control, more reflection, less here's the plan. You will feel a bit confused if you want to go the thinking way and you want to plan and organize. You will feel, oh, I'm not myself. But it's asking us to not think through it, but use your heart and use your intuition into it. So imagination, intuition, creativity will be gets amplified when Mercury is in Pisces. So this is an opportunity for us to transition to strengthen our connection with our intuition, with the divine, with our inner compass, with our inner guidance system, rather than solely. It can be difficult for people. My Mercury is in Aquarius. So for the people who are thinking, like to think through things, it might be difficult because we might feel confused. And especially when the Mercury goes retrograde in Piscean, it's like a double whammy. But it's inviting us to actually, if when we're thinking is not working, well, our intuition is working. It will heighten our intuition and will offer a preview into the upcoming Mercury retrograde. So I would say it's an excellent time to explore ideas that have been quietly stirring beneath the surface. Dream journaling, sketching, free flow automatic writing, they can all help you because there will be insights when you sit and not think through it, but you follow your intuition. There can be insights. So it's the time for you to just sit down calmly and just let it come. And instead of thinking through the insights, how about we journal and sketch and free flow automatic writing so as where the logical part cannot reach? That's a very, very good way of catching those insights when they occur. Of course, as I say, Piscean Mercury, it is called debilitated because it does blur the lines. There is confusion, self-deception, idealism, fantasy may creep in. So invitation is to, for this month in your Mercury is, yes, dream boldly, but stay anchored. Pay attention to what your intuition is telling you but also keep one foot on the ground. And then on the 10th of February, I think, Venus joins in. It moves to Piscean, the personal planet. Now, Venus is very, very, very happy in Piscean. It's exalted. It's the happiest in Piscean. Venus is very happy because, of course, it's a mystic energy. It's all about love. Venus is all about love. When it is in a love energy where there's no boundary, but just there's a feeling of oneness, Venus is happy. So the Venus energy, when it was in Aquarius, it was loving the other human, but it feels here the energy is more soft. It's not like Aquarius energy. It is a more soft energy because Aquarius energy is very individualistic too. So Venus, when Venus move into Piscean, I would say it's emphasize the importance of cultivating a relationship with the divine, keeping our heart open, cultivating compassion, and orienting our lives towards the spiritual values, which Venus will be very happy about, connecting to something larger than ourselves. Venus in Pisces loves soul-centered creativity. So as I said, with Mercury in Pisces, Venus in Pisces will also support you when you do art and express yourself through beauty, dance. Venus will support you in that. So it's like soul-centered creativity and soul-centered connection. But again, with any Piscean energy, it can lead to idealism and fantasy. So during Venus journey through Pisces, we need to make sure we stay grounded in the present and pay attention to. It will be very easy for us to idealize others or blur the boundaries and enter into, oh, I can save this person. We all are, created by God. Let's so get into this victim savior dynamics and idealism or wanting to help everyone. So because it's a very boundary less energy, so important to be aware of our boundaries. But Venus and Pisces, Mercury and Venus both in the second week invite us to move through life with a gentle open heart, letting intuition guide us, embrace the creativity, very important, connection, find magic in the ordinary. When we'll be sitting still, we'll find magic all around us. So it's a time to just listen because our thinking will be really blurred. So it's important for us to be sitting in with ourselves more in the second week or February. It's time to listen, feel, and create, and notice the unseen threads weaving through our world. So that is the second week energy. But then, you want me to go ahead? I've been with this one.
With second week?
Yeah, second week there's like towards the end of the second week on February 13, the Saturn is entering Aries. So you want me to do that?
Yes,
Saturn
go for
in
it.
Aries?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on February 13, which is second week, but the end of second week, I guess it's a Friday or something. Yeah. Or Saturday. I don't know.
It's
So
Friday. It's
Saturn enters
Friday.
Aries. So Saturn entered Aries last year on May 24th, and it gave you a preview of what is to come for the next 2.5 years. But in September 1, 2025, it returned to Piscean to finish its uh, last round in Piscean, right? But it's now going back to Aries from February 13 to April 12, 28. So it will be in Aries for all that 2.5 years. It will be, or two and few months. It will be in Aries. So let's say Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, and we have given Capricorn a face. So it's a CEO with the clipboard energy. I'll keep talking about it. So Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. It's the CEO with clipboard energy. It's focused, goal-oriented, realistic. So now, when Saturn, wherever your Piscean is, imagine the CEO was in Pisces for last 2.5 years. It was trying to manage what naturally resists structure. the intangible, the dreams, emotions, faiths, beliefs, compassion, and collective illusion. So wherever it sits in your chart, that area of your reality was uncertain, confusing, because you don't know in that area how to make rules. But Saturn came and it said, let's make. So you might be feeling, oh, plans don't stick, rules are vague. And Saturn, when it entered into Piscean, it tried making rules in that area. So you learned in Saturn in Piscean how to discipline the fluidity, instead of force, disciplining it, disciplining letting go, structuring your inner life. So wherever your Piscean is, that's where you feel confused, but it gave you some kind of structure. Now, when Saturn is entering Aries, the energy flips from abstract to direct. So this CEO with the clipboard leave the foggy office and enters the battlefield, because Aries is that energy, the battlefield. It's that, action, clarity, self assertion. So the CEO is saying, well, in that area of your life, you have all these qualities of taking action, you are self disciplined, you have willpower, courage, but you should do it more responsibly. So these 2.5 years, that's what Saturn is going to teach you in Aries, wherever it is in your chart. So first time when it enters, you might feel a bit frustrating, like for first few months, because it's like whatever, I am just used to, asserting myself independently, chase my goals, and but what is happening now? The Saturn is saying, hold on, slow down, build the foundation first, strengthen your core before you run the marathon. So it will be very confusing energy for the first few months, very awkward and self-conscious energy. Very, when you don't do it responsibly, it will test you. There might be some karmic lessons in that area of your chart which will come up. It will bring some reality checks, some conscious consequences, some commitments, and it will feel a little bit uncomfortable, the Saturn. But believe me, two and a half after that, like Saturn is amazing in that way, because when you have learned the lesson, it gives you the golden opportunity for growth. He's teaching you how to balance your needs with responsibility, how to develop discipline without losing your spark. And if you embrace it, you can expand your potential in ways that will last for far beyond 2 years. That's where you are being tested. And if you ignore it, you might find yourself tripping over your own impulses because you have not learned the lessons of Saturn. And I would say that on global level as well, we might see power struggles even more, leaders overreaching or systems being challenged, but there is a lot of karmic lessons will come up with that, because when there is an impulsive move which a leader will take, there will be karmic lessons. So it's the perfect time to stand up for the outdated structures, Saturn in Aries, or oppressive forces. So in the end, I would say Saturn is inviting us to strengthen our relationship with assertive, action oriented Aries energy, with wherever it is in your chart. And it will call you to say, well, you can do it. I know it. You have Aries in that area, but do it wrong. Do it strong and do it with integrity. You don't have to make these bold, confident, courageous moves. You can make it, but it has to be grounded in responsibility and mastery of self. So that is Saturn in Aries, which will go direct, which will move in Saturn in Aries on 13th of February, but it is the energy for 2.5 years. Yeah, so that is week two for you. And then before moving on to the solar eclipse, which is the next one in week three, if you want to do any chart, um, the cards.
Yeah, so it looks like people will really be feeling like out of control.
Mhm.
Uh, at the same, yeah, like no boundaries. You were saying that, because of Pisces. So really out of control, no boundaries, all over the place.
Mhm.
Definitely the energy of it. But they're still reminding you that you need to have your healthy boundaries in place because people will just come at you and try to take advantage of you.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
there will be still, especially the people that will feel it the most, there will still be things around you coming at you, which you will need still the energy and have the intent to stand your ground. And at the same time, they're saying to you um, that we are also being asked to watch and observe. We're going to be watching, I don't know what kind of struggles or understanding that um, you might feel like you're not being supported
Mhm.
and there is not light at the end of the tunnel during this week. And again, the same card as we got before, you need to master the way you feel. Master of emotion keeps coming up. Yeah, I was actually wondering because it's the week of Valentine's Day where everyone feels all fluffy, all in love. I feel like Venus is really coming in like, oh, let's all be in love. Let's all be nice. But that's when you are definitely Venus is there for it. It's Venus is going to be a surprise making all fluffy and beautiful. And however, unfortunately, you need to remind yourself that um no matter what, you still have to stand up with what you believe in. Don't let people take advantage of you during this period, this week, and know that if you are struggling this week, you are supported
Mm.
somehow.
That's
That's week
beautiful.
2 for you.
Yeah, yeah, that's beautiful. I guess that is a reminder because Piscean energy can be confusing. So as I said, that it's a time to connect with the divine, because it can be confusing because if we are so used to, um, you know, using just our thoughts to think through things, it will be very uncomfortable energy for a lot of us. Um, okay, so now we enter the eclipse season, week 3. February 17, we have annular new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius, 28 degree. Well, that is a big one. It's just not any eclipse. Um, it lands at 28-degree Aquarius. If you see, there's a lot of Aquarius, and it's very, very late in the sign. It's very powerful and full of potential. It kicks off the series because we were in Virgo Piscean season, axis season, and this is the new axis, Leo and Aquarius. Wherever your Leo and Aquarius is, that area of your life will be impacted for 2.5 years, running from 2026 to 2028. So these eclipses tend to echo themes of from the past. So it's worth looking back 19 years to see what was happening when an eclipse tests the same area of your chart. It's I always do that. Like sometimes I see patterns may return, unfinished business may demand attention, and some insights from the past. It's very good to look back and see which area, because it's the same area of your chart which will be touched by eclipses again. So and now as I do it, Aquarius, what is this um, eclipse all about? So the Aquarius is this rebellious visionary which is shaking up the collective. We talk about it, questioning the outdated systems and insisting on freedom, innovation, decentralization. And this eclipse is conjunct the Mars. The Mars is the soldier in the battlefield, the impulsive Aries energy, impulsive, bold, ready to act without hesitation. And these two are conjunct in this eclipse season. And this is squaring the Uranus, which is the ruler of Aquarius. So it is ultimate disruptor. So that because it rules Aquarius, it brings these wild cards, shortcuts, and sudden aha moments. So the energy in this eclipse is very, very fast, unpredictable, and electric because it's conjunct Mars. Mars is also this impulsive energy, sudden energy. So it's perfect as we're talking about February for accelerated change and quantum leaps forward. So I would say that second half of the month will be more fast. It will, move faster than first month. So what you can expect is something unexpected might pop up, forcing pivots, adjustments, or even radical shifts in your perspective. Some hidden agendas could surface globally and personally. Long buried tensions, like be very careful about your own impulses because it's conjunct with Mars. Um, so long buried tensions may ignite. And yes, some of the anger and frustration brewing in humanity, which we are seeing in January, might erupt. So globally, you might hear some news, you might feel uncomfortable with this. So eclipse of February is going to reveal what's been hidden, shaking up everything, and triggering a kind of awakening that can feel intense, even shocking at times. But just remember, it is for the good. So it is a cosmic wake up call. We are clearing our way, preparing ourselves. So major karmic shifts coming later this year. Internally, it would it would help you to decide which way you want to go. One more interesting thing is this eclipse is out of sign. So the lunar nodes have not, usually the eclipse happens when the nodes are in the same sign, but this time lunar nodes are not in Leo and Aquarius. They are still in Pisces and Virgo. So this eclipse, you can see it as a preview. So when the lunar nodes do change signs, then you will see it. This will be like a preview of what is going to come, right? So it's a sign for us, very important. Eclipse, you don't make manifestation. In eclipse season, you just let things happen to you. So notice the patterns, recognize what no longer serves us, and realign before the next chapter begins. So that is very, very important. Two things which are good in this eclipse which are supporting this eclipse is the North Node is conjunct exalted Venus, the Piscean. So it is very supportive. It can, like, there is a disruption happening, but also within this chaos, you might find some balance, compassion, protection. This is like guiding hand, I would say, helping us to navigate the chaos with intuition, empathy, and creative solutions because it is conjunct Venus. And also Jupiter is aspecting this eclipse, making a soft aspect. So it will bring optimism. So while all this chaos is happening, you will feel that you will be more grounded and more connected. I mean, you have to be more conscious. I mean, you can flow with that energy, but you also have these supports of Venus and Jupiter to which will bring the optimism. And amid all the surprises and shock, there is a chance for expansion and learning and breakthroughs, but we have to be conscious, open, and alert. So I would say if your planets or sensitive points are between 25-degree Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, to 2 degree of Piscean, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Gemini, you will feel it even stronger. So this is once in a lifetime moment for us to step into our power, notice where we belong in the collective, align ourselves with fresh, innovative approaches. Remember, eclipses are never the time of manifestation. I personally don't do any rituals. I don't manifest because I let things happen because eclipse energy you will feel the eclipse energy for 6 months of year, but the things which happen in eclipse, you can't return to another time. Like What happens in eclipse? It's permanent. Always remember this. And as we are in third week, another thing which happens is Sun slips into Piscean just after few hours after the eclipse. It's the final chapter of a journey around the zodiac. So Piscean, again, you will feel fluid, boundaries blur, and possibilities stretch as we are talking about Piscean energy. Trust, very, very important to surrender and trust, because Piscean Sun is also feel confused because it's not, uh, it is in a water sign, right? So flow with life, trust in the divine timing and intelligence. The more you'll connect to the divine in week 2 and week 3, it will be good for you. So it's the time to surrender, to let go, and see the bigger picture beyond ourselves. Channel our creativity. I keep saying it because very important in Piscean season to use creativity, automatic writing, to connect with something bigger than ourselves. It is a collective energy. A lot of people will be feeling it, and a lot of people might feel confused if they're not tapping into the universal energy. So, week 2, week 3, that's what my suggestion is. Tap into the universal energy because your planets are in Piscean, personal planets are in Pisces, and with the eclipse, it's very, very important to let things happen. Yeah. And I see you're doing the cards.
We're getting very similar cards, but this time this one is upright. So yeah. See, here is definitely the let go, but again, there's asking us to make sure that absolutely you need to stay grounded. You do need to remember what you stand up for and what you believe in. There's going to be surprises coming our way.
Yeah.
Okay. However, I feel like some of those surprises might not be as positive. So if that's the and if because this lady is now coming upside down, um, I'm really suggesting you to ask the question to yourself, why is this happening for me? Because there's always something there for us. We are definitely being asked to let go, and there might be a time where we need to take time to reflect during the third week.
Mhm.
Yeah, again, it's quite interesting because while um during during those transits and week 3, yes, the energy is going to be fast coming, but it's all to do with our own happiness. So maybe you need to reflect and take the time to see what does mean being happy. What does it mean for you to be happy? What is your happy ending looks like? What does that look like? Because yeah, so that's the general message that I'm getting. Yeah, see? It's a period, it's a new beginning towards healing as well. Don't know how that fits in, but
Yeah, it does fit in beautifully.
oh
But
good. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just reading here.
yeah,
So yeah, fascinating. Like you're talking about, and I'm like, I don't know, that's what the cards are saying. Take time to,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
stay
yeah, new beginning
grounded,
towards healing.
set
It's
your
like the
boundaries, focus on only what you can control. There's definitely going to be surprises. Some of them might not be
definitely.
as great. I feel like there's definitely going to be confusion because this lady is coming upside down. This one always knows
Piscean
what she's
energy.
doing.
Yeah,
But this case, she's not. But she's also looking at the things that she needs to let go of because being upside down, she's not looking at what's happening here. So yeah, it's all there for you to realize for you to realize that you need to focus on what makes you happy and it's a new journey towards healing. But yeah, definitely confusion. So it's going to be interesting. And I know every one of us is going to be um, feeling it differently based on where you are at in your journey. But please let us know in the comment box below how you guys are finding this eclipse and all the
Yeah.
transits around it.
I guess you're right. We all will be feeling it differently depending on what points, but we all will be feeling that confusing energy. And the suggestion would be to connect with our. It's a soul-centered energy. It's a Piscean energy. If you know some Piscean, you know how confused people they are, but they are very, very spiritual because they're always taking in information from the divine. So they are very in tune. But in this on the 3D, they if you look at them, you'll be like, oh, they're always confused, but they actually are not.
Mm.
And so it's a very Piscean season, and the best way to deal with this energy for this month is to be grounded within ourselves and know and trusting and surrender and connecting with something which is bigger than ourselves. So that would be the suggestion. And now, I guess, moving on, this is the most important thing which is happening in February, which we have been waiting for eternity, really. So Saturn and Neptune are going to be conjunct, right? Astrologers have been talking about it for a while. Now I'll tell you how important it is. So Saturn conjunct Neptune every 36 years. So it's not like it happens every other year. It happens every 36 years. So last time it was conjunct was in Sagittarius in 1986. But before that, I'll tell you that's not my information. I read it somewhere that the last time it was conjunct in Aries, which were 0 degree Aries, was in 50 AD when Christianity was born. So that's how important it is. Think about it. First sign, 0 degree Aries, Saturn, Neptune conjunction. It's a threshold of a new era, a radical new beginning, which your cards were showing. February 23rd, opportunity for a collective rebirth. Well, you know, the time period when the Christianity was born, there was some chaos as well. So let's try to understand what is it all about. So Saturn, again, I will go back, ruler of Capricorn. I will stick to this image, clipboard carrying CEO, and that meets a mystic dream weaver, right? Neptune, which is a ruler of Pisces, on the battlefield of life. So the CEO meet the mystic in the on the battlefield of life. Now, what will happen? One, Saturn is all about structures, rule, reality. Other is fluid, boundaryless, idealistic. And now, for a brief moment, they are going to dance together. This isn't a gentle meeting. It's like very heavy planets. So it's a time to reconcile what's real and what's you have been imagining. We have been imagining an ideal world, how to bring it to the ground. What is real or what is our imagination? And we have been seeing as Saturn and Neptune are coming closer, heavier planets are all build up energies, which build up every year after a year until that conjunction happened, before and after, a year before and after. So we have been feeling like, look at what is happening in the world, this massive buildup in energy in our lives for a year, felt maybe feeling a fog around our path forward. There's some confusion, illusion, or a sense that something important is happening or it's just out of reach. And Saturn Neptune conjunction will amplify that both personally and collectively, demanding you need to be clear, discern, and courage to rebuild trust and faith, both in ourselves and the world around us. So it will be an expect massive resets globally and personally. In 1986, going back, to just give you a taste of what energy that looked like, when Neptune and Saturn were conjunct in Sagittarius in 1989 or 86. 36 years ago, we saw many things, but mostly fall of Berlin Wall. That what happened, and bridges were built, system were transformed, and that brought Germany together. Now, another thing which happened is like this massacre of youth, which happened in China, where the youths protested against the government at that time, and they all were killed, right? So a lot of protest happened at that time. So that is a reminder of cost of challenging entrenched power. So this could be a time again when our ideals and what we stand for are going to be put to the test. So it's going to marry two different energies, the dreamer of us and the realistic within us. So all our dreams will be tested and manifested really. So practical idealism is within reach. You will want to ground your ideals. If you go back to thinking about the time, what happened, the Christianity, we all have this ideal version of Christianity after Jesus Christ died. But in 50 AD, when it was conjunct, suddenly the Christianity was born. Like people felt that, no, we want to bring it to the ground, right? So we all will feel like we want to dedicate ourselves without fear to a particular ideal vision or goal. And that is not just globally, it is like personally as well. So the dream can unite or it can clash violently with the reality. Like we all will stand up for it. And that is also Neptune in Aries energy. So Neptune, this ideal and this collective yearning, what kind of world we want to bring. So this is very, very, it will feel like a chaotic time. But I would say that you might feel personally that the old illusion of what, there's a dream, big dream, and now you want to bring it to the ground, but there is some illusion you might want to dissolve because you can't carry all the ideals with you. So you are being asked to release what doesn't serve you, clarify your intentions, and focus on the ideals that can actually take root in this world. So it's very, very important time for personally and for the collective or the globally, but also just see if this Neptune Saturn conjunction is, aspecting any of your planets, like squaring, trining, conjunct, you will feel it even more. But wherever it will happen, that area of your chart, you might be having some dreams, but now you will feel this is the time to bring it to the reality, and you might do it violently or you might do it consciously. But this is a very, very important time because it doesn't happen in one's, like 36 years, yeah, it can happen in one's lifetime, but it's a very important time. Yeah, so that's my reading. And what's there in the cards
Let's
for
have a
week
look.
before we move on?
Yeah, lovers again. Wow,
Love.
some cards. I've been mixing. Okay, yeah, I definitely stand with what you really need before this transit come. Do the work to understand what really is that you want, because we're getting the Two of Cups, which is what agreements do you want, and commitments. There you go, commitments do you want to make moving forward with yourself. Because yeah, there's going to be a lot of confusion, but all of these or all the ideas carry forwards only the ones that are most important for you, and you feel like there's something you can actually do about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm in two minds about delivering this message because, again, if you have 1,000 ideas, there's no reason why you cannot achieve them all as long as you're working with your energy. Yeah, and you still might still need to say, okay, I need to prioritize this four out of the seven.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but that does not mean that you have to let them all go, you know? I don't know. I don't want to say let go. Just decide which one you want to be focusing on first. Um, I feel like emotions will still run high, so just be aware of it. The Queen of Cups is someone that feels emotions very strongly. Okay, so again, work on your emotions. Work on. It's also I feel like it's because of the law of the lovers and the Queen of Cups. I feel like it's going to be a very emotional week where people are going to be wanting to help others a lot. So I don't know what's going to happen outside where you're going to be really feeling like, I really need to be caring for others. I want to be helping others because I've got all this love in me that I want to share. Um, Again, there's going to be interesting surprises coming. But again, they're saying to you to there's going to be a lot of love and romanticism coming in, but they're saying still again to you to take it nice and slow. And again, justice coming. Wow. And the end of a cycle.
Definitely. 0 degree Aries. Yeah,
It's
it's
the
end of
end
that.
of a cycle, guys. It's a big end of a cycle. So I wonder I want to do a different prediction on this one. Can we do it? Are you feeling confident if this to see what's happening around the world that week? Let's have a look.
I mean, astrology is showing a lot of chaos and
Um,
more protests.
is there going to be something major like Christianity coming in? Is there going to be something as big coming in that week? Is that going to be a date to remember? Is there going to be something similar coming in that week? Be interesting. Is there going to be something similar and that big coming in that week? The Knight of Cups. I feel like has already come in. It's already here, which probably don't we cannot pinpoint it maybe.
I
It's
mean,
to do with
this
nature.
life is 50 AD. So before that, there was a build-up of energy.
Has already come in. It's already here, but I feel like we haven't seen it yet. Like it's coming, it's already coming, but it's coming in slowly, slowly. I wonder if it is about, because again, this is the kind of leaving behind. It's already coming, it's coming in slowly, and it's teaching us to move away from what it's not needed towards the Empress. The Empress is Mother Nature. The Empress is abundance. The Empress is Mother Nature. The Empress is motherhood. I don't know. But then this one is coming in reverse. I feel like it's an idea that is not going to be taken really well. I don't know. I don't understand. Maybe it's being imposed on us. Because I'm pretty sure Christianity, not everyone liked it. So,
Definitely, there was
you
a
know
lot of
what I
chaos
mean?
at that time.
And even
I mean,
36
these
years ago.
guys were killed. People don't like humanity as much.
Maybe there's going to be some form of reject or something. Maybe it's going to be delivered in a bad way, and people. But despite this, there are two beautiful cards around because it's a situation of celebration
Hmm.
and also people starting to feel better mentally, like or things going calmer. And then there is money cards around it as well. I feel like I wonder if it is. a lot of wake up call for more justice. Again, this lady is also the justice card. Or they can even say to us, it's not gonna be one thing, it might be even three things.
Many
And
things.
this
Yeah. Yeah.
might be even three things coming in. But I'm also seeing it's coming again, it's coming in slow and it's many different things and could even be to deal with money, financial. I'm going again the collective because the Ten of Pentacles represent the collective. So it'll be interesting to see what it is. What's
Yeah. I mean, astrologers have been waiting for this energy to come in for a while now. So when now it is here, it's like there's a lot of excitement in astrologers. And then there is a buildup of it. Like you can see what's happening around the world. So there is, I mean, personally also you will feel that energy, something come up and it will change your trajectory of your life, especially if you have planets or points at 0 degree Aries or it's aspecting that energy. Yeah, it's my seventh house, 0 degree Aries. Well, let's see what happens. Anyways, going forward, the last one is the Mercury retrograde, which happens on February 26th. Interestingly, there are three retrogrades this year, and they all will be in water signs. So think about it again. Thinking, it's so interesting that the Mercury is going retrograde in the water signs. So our thinking, we is will be a bit of it will be bit of blur where we'll be more emotional and intuition inclined, which I guess it's important for this for whatever is happening in the world. But I found it really interesting that all Mercury retrogrades are falling in water signs. So obviously we talk about it, the miscommunication, technology hiccups, and the misunderstanding, all that which comes with Mercury retrograde. It is going retrograde on February 26th in Piscean. So double whammy. First it is retrograde, it is going backward already, and then it is happening in Piscean where it is debilitated. So our logical linear thinking will taking a backseat, and our intuition, emotion, and instincts will step into the driving seat. So with which is amplified, of course, because Piscean retrograde, Mercury retrograde already shows that, but in Piscean it is double whammy. So our thoughts will be more symbolic and visual, and we'll feel it is just impossible to put that into words, right? So as I do it, like think about someone who is note taking, like a thinking, who is note taking officer, suddenly step into this sage's shoes and how it will feel. It will feel softer, less structured, more fluid. So expect the clarity is going to be slipping away, miscommunication. But again, as I was saying before, use your creativity to put your thoughts into word or tap into that insightful energy. Again, it's a Piscean energy, so you might wear rose-colored glasses. Another most important thing I would say that Mercury is it's trine by Jupiter, exalted Jupiter. During this retrograde, it will be trining Jupiter. So it is a supportive trine. And also March 28th, when the Mercury retrograde Mercury will go direct, it will end, cycle will end. It is going to be conjunct the North Node. So what I'm seeing that it signals that everything that will surface during this period, yes, there will be confusion, delays, misunderstanding, or old patterns surfacing, but it is all going to lead us to something fate because of the Jupiter and North Node. It is, think about Mercury retrograde this time is realigning us or nudging us back to our path or reorienting us to our destiny. So expect some of us here will be revisiting our projects, unfinished business, and refining it, recycling it. But please, please be aligned with your intuition, with your inner voice, because the more you will put your thinking into things, you might feel confused. So you have to change, slow down, and change the way you think through things, right? Maybe the logic will be blurred, but your instincts and intuition will be very, very heightened. So trust those subtle signals, you know, and let this little bit of serendipity come in, the synchronicities come in. So allow that. That is very, very important in this Mercury retrograde and actually this whole month. Allow, surrender and allow, receive, allow yourself to receive the abundance. Yeah. So that's week 4 with the Mercury retrograde is important. Yeah. Do you want to do the cards? I guess this is the end of the month. Or do you want to do a card for
Week
the
four?
entire month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna do one for week just week four. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Well,
Because we are over time. Looks like it's going to be a big one. I guess March is going to be a longer. We can do it in parts, really, because it's
oh
more.
wow, okay. So you got something else for week four, have you?
No,
Is
no,
there
no. This is
another
the end.
transit for week
This is
four?
left. Yeah, it's done.
Okay.
Mercury.
Yeah, go with that because I've asked what week four is gonna look like. So keep going with yours, and then we deliver this
No,
message.
we are finished.
Finished. Okay, cool. Okay, week four. Yeah, okay. I feel like being I f- being the Ace of Pentacles upside down, I really feel like the material, like our reality, we're feeling like it's not gonna be there. Like we're gonna be feeling like that something is not right, or something we were expecting to come in, it won't come in. It will
Mm.
exit, or something will actually exit our life. However, we are being asked to still stand our grounds and embrace our male energy of the doer. Okay, the male energy wants to do stuff, wants to achieve things,
It's
despite
very
not
different
being.
to. I'm saying because it's quite different to my astrology prediction because it's more intuitive energy. So
Yeah, but see, but that's the thing. But that's the thing because here we're gonna be wanting to do things. We're gonna be wanting to do things, but the energy is not there. We can't see the light at the end of the tunnel.
yeah,
Because also you need to remember, Avira, that most people that haven't mastered to become the observer of things with Mars and that, they're gonna be wanting to do stuff. They're gonna be like, what is
definitely.
going
And the
on
more
here?
we
I
push,
wanna
the
do
more we
things, but
want to do
everything is
things.
pushing back. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely.
We're definitely gonna be feeling like we wanna do things, but nothing is moving.
Sure, sure.
So we are being again reminded, open your mind, let your intuition come through, think outside the box, use your words and your thoughts in a more creative way. It's all that and watch. Do nothing,
Definitely,
just watch.
definitely. Yeah, yeah. I agree.
Okay, so and all together the energy is saying to us, this is an opportunity for you to do nothing, just let it come through, go actually literally go meditate and rest because the information you need hasn't come to the surface yet.
Definitely.
Okay, so I feel like the first thing is people are gonna be wanting things, but they're gonna be feeling like the opportunity that was coming is not there anymore, is gone, is literally gone. Like maybe someone wanted to offer you a job, but they just either you don't get the job, literally, or the offer gets delayed. So it's not physically there anymore. The contract that was meant to be coming in for you to sign is actually not coming in at all.
Mm,
Okay, and I'm not saying forever, but so yeah. So it's there for where if you are really feeling the urge to do, please go watch this video again and be like, wait a minute, I'm actually being asked to do nothing. So
Yes,
if you
that's
can, if it's something that you don't need to do today, don't do it.
mm, definitely. I agree with that. That Piscean energy, and that what happens when there's more confusion. We want to do more because we want to resist that confusion and we want to find the clarity. So we start doing, and the male energy just kicks in. So we have to, be more in our feminine and in our intuition and the feeling self with Piscean. And actually, to end this, I feel that in coming weeks, we are going to step into periods of pivotal moments and turning points, like, which will leave a mark on both our personal and lives and larger world. And especially middle of the month, it will become more intense, both collectively and personally. Like, we are in the eye of storm. And remember, you can't control everything happening around you, but you can navigate how you personally respond in your sphere of influence, right? When these disruptions and shifts are happening, you have the choice to respond. You can take ownership of your choices and align your personal, align with the greater collective, or align with the something greater than yourself. So this is not about more acting, it's about aligning yourself and getting rid of the old habits, the knee-jerk reactions we have, the impulses, the fear which comes up when there is confusion, right? Because we can't see through. There is a fear which comes up. Oh, I don't know how to sit in the unknown. But it's the time where it's unsettling times, but that's exactly where the growth begins. So your experience will be amplified if your personal planets or points are there, like in those areas. But we all collectively will be feeling it. So we all will be feeling this. And I would see something bigger is happening, right? It's life is accelerating and events are unfolding. And this is a time for us to stay grounded, conscious. Trust is a big word for this month. Surrender and trust, because we all are being guided towards the next level. And the growth happens in the discomfort and the unknown. That's where the growth happens. Yeah. So on that, yeah, over to you, Zinnia. You've gone how long? It's been a long video.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm pretty sure our viewers will enjoy this. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Anvira,
Thank
for
you.
making it this month again. Please feel free to
Thank
leave comments, and if you need a private reading or a astrology chart done, reach out to Anvira. All our details are in the description box below. And we'll see you next month.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.